Alright, today's video is addressing complaints from Redditors. Yay! I love these videos. I think they're a lot of fun. Every time I see someone complain about me on Reddit, it makes me super happy. Let's get into it. I'm going to make this one way more entertaining than the last kind of Reddit videos that I've made. So, here we go. Let me show you what thread we're dealing with today here. Is SwoleBenji a good Albion YouTuber to watch? Okay? And we are going to go down the comment section here and address comments. So Pax1990 says he is a douche and has done some shitty things regarding other games. Utile Dulce12 says also in Albion itself. You know, these guys, they're not wrong, okay? Let me just go ahead and tell you every bad thing I've ever done in a video game from since I was born up until now. All right, here we go. Let's go over them. From what I can remember, I'm sure I've done more asshole stuff in video games, but I didn't teach my mom the one-up trick in Mario Bros. Where you jump on the shell over and over and over again. I rented games from Blockbuster or other stores, and then I would delete save files just because I could. I spawn camped in Duke Nukem 64 with trip mines. I camped body armors constantly in GoldenEye. I used a map hack in StarCraft. Oh no, using hacks. I backstabbed 7v1 comp stomps also in StarCraft. I duped items in Diablo 2. I used an exploit to log into people's accounts on Diablo 2 and take all their stuff. I freely gave out hundreds of CD keys for Diablo 2 and Warcraft 3, which I got because I was actually a very well-known and famous player in both games, and fans would give me CD keys for some reason. I used aimbots in Counter-Strike and ESP and other kinds of hacks. This is before Steam existed. I didn't do it after Steam existed because I went into pro gaming and, you know, that shit's a big no-no. But at arcades, I would team kill teenagers on the Aliens vs. Predator arcade. You know, the little side-scrolling beat-em-up? You could actually hurt your allies with certain ranged attacks. Namely, the female with the pistol, you could actually shoot your allies. I forced an overhead view on Tekken 1 against teenagers, and that would really piss them off. I would 1v1 people at Street Fighter, Tekken, or Mortal Kombat, just so I could waste their quarter. Even if they didn't want to play against me, okay? Because that was the arcade rules. I mass-pulled raid bosses to town in Night Online. I left free food outside of people's houses in Ultima Online, filled with poison. Then they would die, and their door would be wide open, so I would rob them of everything. And here's some more things, you know, just like being paid to shill RMT on Diablo 2, RMT'd on WoW, joined an all-girls guild, stirred up drama, you know, just all sorts of fun little things here. I really like team killing in Resident Evil Outbreak. That was a fun one. Killing my own faction in Arcade, super fun. Using hacks in Minecraft, absolutely funny as hell. Okay, what else? Never surrendering on Age of Empires 2. Hiding villagers all over the map. I think they fixed that maybe, but this is, you know, like 20 years ago. It wasn't fixed. Pretending to be a girl to get millions of meat on some stupid browser MMO. It's like super minimalistic. It's got like stick figures. Like one of the classes was a pastamancer. That's all I remember. But some guy thought I was a girl and gave me like his entire fortune that he had amassed over years. I was like, dude, I'm a guy. And he's like, no! Super funny stuff, right? Constantly AFK in Fortnite on top of trees. I don't know if they ever fixed that because I don't play Fortnite. Let's see. I don't play to win on any game ever, even competitive games. Let's see. Duping items. There's so many Conan Exile stories that I couldn't list them all here, but there's just a little sample. Corpse camping in DK Online. That was a fun one. Purposely losing in Dota 2. I've got a few videos on my channel about that. You know, there's this, I don't know how much more I can, you know, keep going, but, stalling out games on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I don't know if they ever fixed that either. Camping lobbies on Will to Live Online, that was, like, one of the first videos ever that I did, I think, on my channel. Maybe it was a guide, I forget, but you get the point. You know, Reddit's not really wrong on this one. I am kind of an asshole when it comes to video games. Probably shouldn't watch someone that didn't succeed in the game and gave up on the black zones. I don't know who this is. I looked him up. He's some dude that trolls black zones. I don't really troll black zones. I have before, just not really on camera much. But what are you defining as succeeding in Albion Online? Is that making friends, joining a guild? Because I'm a multi-billionaire and I have 20 characters, hundreds of islands, every skin in the game, every mount in the game. I've got just about everything maxed except some crafting trees on my alt characters. I would say I'm pretty damn successful. I'm pretty sure he's insane. Maybe. He will just start rambling for about completely unrelated stuff. Okay, do you know what a Let's Play is? Were you around YouTube in like the old Call of Duty days, like 2007, 2008, something like that? That a lot of my videos are Let's Plays. I'm going to talk about whatever I want. It's my channel. I can talk about whatever I want. I created the most toxic solo players ever. So you're saying that my videos made people ride on an 8.3 in tier 5 zones? I didn't code the game. You know, if it's the most efficient way to play in a tier 5 zone, why am I to blame for that, huh? Just because I made it popular, or because I opened people's minds to the fact that you can do that? Also, how is this more pathetic than the people that have like 20 dudes that gank a guy on a donkey in 4.1? How is that more pathetic? I don't know how it is. I don't see it. If you are in high gear and telling how low gear people that you will kill them because they legitimately have no chance. They have a chance. They can grind just like I did. They can buy the gear just like I did, and then they can fight back. Otherwise, yeah, they don't have a chance. And that's not on me. That's on them, okay? Like, let's say I took a vacation to wherever there's a war right now in the real world, and I went in there with no armor, no weapons, just some rags. You know, am I to blame? You know, it's not bullying. It's playing a video game. It's the video game allows me to do it. It encourages me to do it. I find it fun. It's how I'm playing. Like, video games are a toy. I'm enjoying the toys how I want to enjoy them. Just because it involves other people who choose not to play in a more efficient or a similar manner is not my problem. Let's see. If you are the pioneer of bullying, oh man, that's a title. SwoleBenji, the pioneer of bullying. By promoting it, that's also bad. It is not really promoting it. It is showing the world what I find enjoyable, which is playing a video game, playing a PvP game where I'm not risking my gear, and if my opponents aren't as geared as me, that's on them. That's their fault. That is not something... I'm not going to wait around for them to go, you know, farm 8.3 and get high spec and then come fight me. Like, that's boring to me. I don't want to fight someone equally geared. I don't want to fight someone who has a chance to fight back in a video game. That sounds like a job. That sounds like work. I don't want to work. I'm lazy. I don't care, right? You can like it and not like it. It won't change the fact. You can easily get more money in higher zones. No, you can't. You can... Look at this. Here. Everyone says I'm misleading, but this is misleading. You can easily go get more money in higher zones. No, you can't, because if you go to a higher zone, you're being hunted by tons of players. Maybe you can if you're in a guild and you have a bunch of friends around you. But to choose to gatekeep at the low end, I'm not gatekeeping anything. You want to know what gatekeeping is? It's the people that run that hardcore expedition Discord and they kick anyone out that doesn't believe in their communist views. That is gatekeeping, okay? I don't gatekeep anything. I just tell people how to be more efficient. I tell people how to not risk anything so that they can build a nice little investment pool so that they will never go broke and they will always have silver and always be able to afford premium without paying real money. There you go. Heavily suggesting to sit in tier 5 zones as 8.3 can be considered bullying. Excuse me, it's more efficient. Look, you cannot lose your 8.3 gear in a tier 5 zone, so why wouldn't you use the best possible gear? Like, there's no reason not to. If you don't want to use it later, you can sell the 8.3 gear. You basically just rent it if you don't want to, like, permanently use it. Though I can afford to just sit on my gear like a dragon. It doesn't matter. Let's see what else. Let's see. You clearly like him, blah, blah, blah. I thought he was fine until I understood the game more. So you mean until you were peer pressured by people and convinced by other people's opinions that you're not brave, you're not stunning, you're not beautiful, you're not fully complete if you don't go to the black zone in PvP, if you don't join a guild. And I mean, your name is literally Unlucky Toe. All right, I mean, come on now, and it's kind of a botted name, but whatever. The point is that you shouldn't let people peer pressure you that you have to do this or you have to do that. I find yellow zones far more efficient than the black zones as a solo player. As a guild player, like, if I go make an alt character, join Arch, and go, spam tier 8 dungeons, well, yeah, duh, it's way more efficient because you have an entire guild of 14,000 people at your back. And they're most likely not going to kill you, even though they sometimes do anyway. But the point is, as a solo player who refuses to suck on the unlucky toes, who refuses to bend the knee, then it is not efficient to go to the black zones because you're constantly outnumbered and you're going to lose gear, which means you're losing time, which means you're being inefficient. Most of what he does is misleading. Nothing of what I do is ever misleading. Okay, if you don't agree with one of my definitions, the big one was my calculations of fame per hour when converted to fame credits and converted back into weapon specialization, which is what literally everyone does after their first week of playing the game. And just unless you're putting some weird importance on your stats page, no one cares. 10 years from now, no one cares what your stats are. No one's going to remember your kill death ratio in Call of Duty. What matters most is how much fame do I need to max out my dagger pair? I need 17 million combat fame credits. How many combat fame credits can I farm in 1 hour doing this activity? Oh, I can farm that many combat fame credits. If I were to farm regular fame at the same rate, how much fame would I need? 36 million? Okay, so if I take 100,000 combat fame credits, times it by 2, that's 200,000 fame, because that's how the game converts it. There you go. So when I kill a mob worth 10,000 fame, I get 16.4 thousand combat fame credits, which means I got 32,000 fame. That is not misleading. It is misleading if you don't understand basic conversions, and I even explain it in the videos. I show the proof. Every video I make on my channel is for a future version of myself, because somewhere down the line, I'm going to step away from the game in 10 years, and in 10 to 15 years, maybe at some point, someone will release Albion Online Classic, wow, and then everyone will come back to the game. Hey, it happened in World of Warcraft, right? So it could happen to this game. And in 15 years, do you think I'm going to remember all of this shit? Do you think I'm going to remember every little nuanced detail about the game? No, that's the whole point of the channel. It's like a little scrapbook for me, so that I don't lose all the time that I've spent on these games, so that I can come back and play them in the future if they are relevant in the future. So the thing is, I make every video for myself. I don't make them for other people, and they are not misleading, because why would I mislead myself? All right? Oh, jeez. Finally, a guy that gets it. SwoleBenji here. Watch how to make premium in the yellow zone. Exactly. That is exactly what I do. You can absolutely make premium in the yellow zone. You don't ever have to go and give your hard-earned gear to sweaty, guilty, Zerg PvP, killers, okay? You don't have to give away anything to anybody. You can absolutely make premium in the yellow zone. I know this guy is trying to say this sarcastically to make fun of me, but it's right. It's absolutely true. And everyone that's loyal and watches my videos knows this. Alright, so he posted a name here. It's redacted because that dude doesn't like me. Is the best as far as guides go. Bro, let me just tell you something. Your guides, Professor Pew Pew, are way better than the dude that you mentioned, guides. Yeah, he's got killer thumbnails, but nah, man, you got the way better guides, bro. Anyway, of course, Big Lips McGee, Big King, big brain McGee. He's got the biggest brain. He's got the highest IQ. Okay, here, Bro, don't tell Reddit I'm a nice guy. I'm trying to be the villain here. I'm trying to be like Darth Vader. I don't want to be Luke Skywalker. Stop it. No one's allowed to know I'm actually nice in real life. They're not allowed. It's not allowed. Guys, I'm super mean. If you see me in real life, you better cross the street. Apparently he hasn't made videos in a long time. I rarely get to watch other YouTubers, so that's a shame. Dang. Alright, I think this guy is actually getting painted as a Benji alt, which sucks. Anyone that takes up for me always gets painted as an alt. I'm on a static IP. I can't even make a Reddit account, okay? Unless I go buy a $200 router to change my IP address. I literally cannot use Reddit at all, because it'll be immediately auto-banned due to IP matching. But anyway, so this guy enjoys watching my videos, so that's cool. He feels like I'm a cool person. I don't agree that I'm a cool person. I have no friends. I have no internet friends. I was a ghost throughout all of school, and a ghost when I was a wagey for 13 years. I didn't make any friends. I just got G-kicked from a guild I was in for 11 months, and not a single person reached out to me. So I made no friends in that whole 11 months. I'm literally not a cool person at all. But if you think I'm cool, that's cool, I guess. I don't really agree with it, though. And a lot of what I suggest is RNG, which the whole game is kind of RNG. Like, yeah, you can run Yellow Zone dungeons for hours and make nothing, or you can run it for hours and make millions of silver if you hit. And the thing is that I play during off hours, which when you play during off hours, there's less competition, so your RNG is a lot more successful, but the majority of players don't. They play, during the peak hours, and so when they do dungeons, they're not making as much silver. And I try to mention this in videos. I try to, show that sometimes I've shown plenty of videos where I do yellow zone dungeons, and I don't make anything. I make like 80,000 silver in 1 hour, but some videos I make 800,000 to 1 million, 2 million even, right? But the majority of the time, if I aggregate thousands and thousands and thousands of results, which I've been doing in a spreadsheet since I've played this game, it averages 800,000 to a million an hour. So it's RNG, but if you take a large sample size, it's really not. I don't know. All right, Balamoon here with the I hate his personality, and 90% of his content is useless and uninteresting and fully biased. Now, we can argue that this video that you're watching right now is useless. This does not really serve anyone but my own amusement. And because I like to remember all the Reddit seeds, because one day Reddit may not exist. All right, it may just go like 20 years from now. Do you know if Reddit's going to exist? If anyone's going to use it? If bots haven't taken over the world and, plunged Earth into darkness? Who knows? But if that's the case, this video will still exist somewhere on the ether, and when our consciousness is plugged into the infinite internet, then I will still be able to reference this video for the time that Balmoon complained that my videos are useless and uninteresting and whatnot. Alright, so let's go through and find out which videos are useful and which are useless. And, spoilers, I make a lot of my videos in advance. You can see this here. You can also see the like to dislike ratios, which isn't public anymore unless you use an add-on, but here we go. Things Albion Online does better than other MMOs, so that's pretty useless. That's not going to really give you anything. Let's see, how to never get crime stat for pad ramming. That's Star Citizen. That's super useful if you're a griefer like me. A new way to gamble. This is useful until it gets popular, which it's already getting popular. This is today's release, by the way, because I'm filming this on August 7th. So this was useful, and now it's going to be quickly useless. Running over people inside Grimhex, that's just entertainment. That's not useful to anyone. Tutorial, but with max level. You can see that this video quite bombed. People didn't really like it that much. Pretty say that's not useful. Again, I make videos for myself, for my own entertainment, okay? Let's see. Star Citizen group gameplay. This is just so I can remember a guild that I was a part of for 11 months. I don't know why I like to save bad memories, but whatever. How to gamble runes the easy way. Well, most people already know how to do this. For those that don't, it's super useful. For those that do, useless. Easy silver from enchants. How to enchant items in Albion Online. Again, if you're brand new and you don't know about enchanting, which there are people in the comments that didn't know this, so that was insanely useful for them. You can see the like ratio. People liked it. They enjoyed it. A little quick little video on how to do it and why to do it and how to save money doing it. So I would argue this is pretty useful to some people. Maybe not you if you're a pro. I'm not making videos for, the top echelon. And then here's a bunch of videos that I haven't published yet, which, by the time you watch this video, these should already be out, but these are all useful videos. These are all PvP builds, essentially, which people like to do, alright? How to rat in Albion Online, that's for members only. You gotta pay the $5 a month, That's being patched, so this will become useless in the future. Speedrunning a group dungeon, again, not really useful unless you want to know how much silver you can make from a group dungeon solo with a legendary chest. Then this video has value, and people liked it. It's got a decent amount of views, whatever, right? Fastest way to solo, that's a how-to, that's useful. Why Black Zone PvP is worse than Yellow Zone? You may argue that this is actually counterproductive and bad for the community because you're scaring people from the Black Zone, but I'm being honest. I'm being honest as a solo player. You can see people don't really like it that much because, well, I'm being honest, and honesty hurts. Okay. 700 levels in 24 hours, alright? This shows that if you want to dump all your silver into combat fame credits, this is how much you can make in one day. Alright, how much can you achieve in one day of soloing? If you put your work to it, I think this video is actually quite useful. It hit the 95%. Pretty useful video. Best way to gank if solo. Again, useful video. 10 million fame per hour. The most op and fastest best way to fame farm. Now, this is a little clickbaity, I'll admit. This one right here, I was a little upset at a competitor YouTuber who got way more views on a video that he put out later on the same subject with worse quality. So I consulted my YouTube, team of experts on Discord, and they told me that I need more clickbaity buzzwords in my titles instead of reading like a patch note. It needs to be exciting and clickable. So that's what this was. It clearly succeeded with high views, but some people disagreed with it. Didn't hit the 95%. It's very important that you guys like the videos, by the way. Let's see. This is the video I'm talking about, okay? This got 6.2k views, but there's a channel much smaller than me that got like 30k views who was late to the party on this. And I was like, why? And it's because his title was better. His title was better. And also, he speaks multiple languages. Also, he's the main character of the anime, so he deserves all the views he gets. No hate towards you-know-who. Okay, best way to transport. I made this because every time I inspect people transporting, they're not doing this, and it pisses me off. So I made this not only to remind a future version of myself, but everyone else. So this is highly useful. You get the point, right? Now, like a video like this comment is filled with giga chats. It's funny, it's entertaining. I find use in that. Anyway, that's all I got. His content is mostly for solo players. True. The majority of the game is actually solo players. Over 80% of Albion Online players statistically are solo players. Also, the majority of players are Yellow Zone players if you check the rankings tabs. There's so many metrics to this game that points to that. You will notice he does solo plays with 8.3 gear, which are expensive. They really aren't. Okay, yes, I know if like a Shadow Caller, 14 million, that is a little pricey for new players. But as a new player, you can get 8.3 bolt casters on your first week of playing. You can absolutely get a full 8.3 set on your very first week of playing, okay? There are speedrunners that have done this in 1 to 2 days. There's a guy that got full tier 8 in 8 hours, but he did use the black zone and he got really lucky. But using just yellow zone, expect 3 days to a week, and you can be exactly where I am at in my videos, which is anyone who is putting an okay amount of time into literally an MMORPG. This is not an arcade game, it's not an RTS, it's not a shooter game. You're expected to put more hours into it, therefore, this is an untrue statement to me. The 8.3 gear, not expensive. Expensive to repair? Yeah, sure. But if you're in 8.3, you're not going to get downed by mobs. Ever. You vastly outgear them to the point where you don't get downed. And because you're in 8.3, you suffer less durability loss than in 4.1, meaning you don't repair as often. You actually pay less in repairs with 8.3, assuming you don't get downed. Okay, it's not a solo-friendly game. It is if you are in the yellow zone. It is if you are in the blue zones. It is if you do the instance content, okay? It is absolutely a solo-friendly game. It is the most solo-friendly MMORPG in the entire world, and they are doing the Mists of Avalon, making it even more solo-friendly. So, hopefully they don't fuck that up. But the point is that out of all the MMOs, this is the most solo-friendly game, so that's another untrue statement. Most good content is in the black zone or faction fight in red zone. That is an opinion, and that's fine. If you like risking gear and you like killing players and taking their loot, which I do too. I absolutely like that aspect of the game. But the thing is, the parts that I like are greatly outweighed by the parts that I don't like. I don't like fighting against 10 guys with better gear. I don't like risking expensive gear. I don't like losing gear and giving it to someone else just because they have the power of friendship on their side. Alright? You still watch my stuff as amusement, which is, hey, I'm amusing, I guess. Cool, yay. But not something you would personally do. Well, see, I personally don't go to the black zone or the red zone unless I'm trying to make it for a video because it's not efficient to me, it's not fun, it's frustrating, it's stressful. I don't like how much attention I have to pay to the game. I can't watch anime or movies while I play. Because I have to have my full attention on keeping my my character alive, right? But if you do, great, awesome, cool. You know, it's whatever. And then finally, to wrap up the video, I just spotted this in chat. Mimamid said, "Man, make up your mind. I be your girlfriend for 1 mil silver right here and now." And then the Janny Bling says, "That is technically considered RMT." Which, no, it's not. RMT is real money trading, not, hey, I'll pretend to like you on a video game for 1 million silver. Grow up. It's fun. Whatever. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it entertaining as I did. Very fun stuff. Stop adding me to friends list. I don't know who that guy is. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. It's very important that you do. Leave a comment. I read every comment. I may not respond to every comment, but also, if you have a Reddit account, please stick up for me. You know, I feel like with all the subscribers I have and stuff and fans that we could actually fight back on Reddit and, you know, get these bozos, these haters to, like, just bugger off, right? Regardless of that, I got a Discord server in the comments or in the description. Check that out if you want. If you want to financially support me, because I'm very poor and I hate eating just beans and rice, I would love to eat something like enchiladas or tamales or barbecue Chinese buffet. Oh, come on, so hungry. Should not make videos when I'm hungry. Click the thanks button. Leave a monetary donation. If it's big enough, it changes the color of your comments box. It's really cool. With that said, if you want to become a channel member, you can pay $5. Click the thanks button. It's like subscribing on Twitch, but it's on YouTube instead. You get access to private, more personal videos like shown earlier in this video. There's a playlist of those videos in the pinned comment. Check it out. I keep these videos sponsor-free, ad-free, except for, well, I mean, YouTube does its thing, but you get the point. I'm not here trying to sell you stupid cell phone games or balding medicine or whatever, or VPNs that you don't need. Okay, guys, and with that said, I make videos every day, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss tomorrow's video. I'll see you then. Take care. Mwah.